I'm sorry.
Daddy Louis said, why? No transfer. The money. Personal account.
Okay.
It's not there.
I'm gonna
And
do
he
it.
needed it.
Okay. So over in Facebook, are you getting the sound?
Are you gonna do it?
Let me know if you're okay. And that was that was I'm sorry, that was I had mute the computer for some reason. I don't know why. All right, but let me know if you can still see and if you can hear. And we are going to make sure that everybody's hearing me. All right, so we're gonna create a tag. So we have the vehicle, and that's the group. So we're done. So we have a group right there. And now what we're gonna do, we're gonna create a tag. And that tag that we're creating is going to be, we're going to create a tag for each vehicle. We're going to create a tag for each vehicle. And so that way we can track each vehicle. So give me a minute. Let me go ahead and get that done. All right. So now we're going to do new, and we're going to create a tag. And the tag name is going to be Mazda, and we can put the number of the car, and then we're going to add it to the group, and we're going to do save. And then we're going to do another tag, and this is going to be Chevy. I'm just putting some names in here, and we're going to put another number to it, and we're going to add it to the group. And let's add another car. Nope, we're not doing a new group. We're doing a tag. So we're creating another tag, and we're going to call this TOYOT. Oh, we can say we have another Chevy, so HAVY, and now we give it another number, and we add it to the group. Save. So now if you notice, there is a group right here, and it is showing, hey Patrice, it is showing the three vehicle are showing right here. So now when you have an expense, when there is an expense, right? So we set the tags, and the tags are all set. And we're going to go to our bank feed, or let's do new because we don't even know what's in our bank feed, if there's anything that we can tag. Let's see. Now, guys, remember this is a sample company. All right, so let's say Chin's Gas and Oil. So it's a sample company. So some of the features are not live. So now let's say this came through our bank feed, and this was for the Chevy, right? What you would do is we would click there. It says there is a match. We don't want this one because that's already entered. These are all match. So I'm actually going to show you from the new feature. So we do new. We're going to do an expense. And this is Chin. Yes. And it's from the check-in. Right here, there is a tag. So let's say that was for the Chevy. You would create a tag right there. It's fuel, it's $52. We're going to put the $52 in, right? So now this tag is set up, We're going to save and close. I'm going to put in a number of transactions so you can actually see when we go to the actual report what it looks like. So right here, I'm going to save and new because I want to enter a couple more. And then we went back to chins and we got some oil. And now what QuickBook does, it remembers what we tag it last time. So even though it's showing you that, we don't want it to be the Chevy. We click on that one and we want it to be the Mazda, right? And here we know we're going to do this same transaction, and we can change the payment. Let's say, so if you're using a, a debit card, if you're using a debit card, you want to still put it to the bank, right? Even though the debit card might say MasterCard or Visa, you still want, when you put it inside of QuickBooks, it's going to be going through your bank account. So you still want to choose the checking account. If you're using an actual credit card, which is either MasterCard or Visa card, that's when you choose this right here. But if you're just using a debit card, your debit card, if you're using a debit card, then you choose your bank account. Might look simple, but not because your actual card says it's a debit, a Visa or MasterCard. You want to make sure, oh my God, my eyes itching. You want to make sure that you're choosing your bank account because it's going to show up in your bank account. Hey, Anita, welcome. Thank you so much for coming in. If you want to join, see the live demonstration, the link is above our head. You can click it and go to YouTube and you'll be able to see what I'm doing live. All right. So, and we're talking about tags today. So now we make sure we choose that. We know there's fuel. So we're going to do save and new because we're going to do 3 transactions. And now we're going to choose, let's see if there's any. Okay. The body shop. We choose the body shop. We gave them a check. Now we're tagging this, and this is also for the Chevy. That's 4576, and we're going to choose auto right here. AU. Now you can also set your charts of account so the automobile have fuel separate and apart from your repairs. But since we did not set it up, we're going to put everything into auto. And the reason why we're tagging it is because we want to see the expense on each car. And this you can use for any sets of accounts that any sets of expenses or income that you want to track. We just chose auto or vehicle just because we wanted to, it's easier, makes my life much easier. So now we save, and then we're going to do another one. We're doing another transaction, and we're going to look for some insurance. Now this one, you want to pay attention to signal. Oh, we're going to see if we can find something that says insurance here because we don't want to. They don't have no insurance in here. Come on, give us an insurance company. We're going to find one that we're going to use for the insurance. Oh, come on. That's live. They're not insurance. That's computer. Okay, here we go. We got some insurance right in here. Did I? Okay. Now, this is something that we cover somewhere else, but I want to make sure that now, if you notice when I chose this insurance company, what it did, there's already a bill inside of here, but we're not using that bill at all. We're just going to Oh, come on. Okay, there we go. We're not using that bill, so we're going to close that one. Nope. That's, hold on. All right, we're just going to, oh, here it is. We close it right there. So now the insurance is something that if you want to allocate to each car, when you enter the expense for the insurance, you're going to put insurance right here, right? And then you can put insurance. Now you can break down each insurance. If you tag this, because it's not going to tag it by line. If you tag this insurance, it's not going to tag, it's going to go to whichever one. Let's say we put this to the Chevy. It's actually going to go to that one. It's not going to break it down because we can't tag by line. So there are some expenses that you might not be able to, if there's one bill, you might not be able to do it line by line. So we're going to leave the insurance and we're going to run the report so you can see what the report actually look like. Yes, we're going to leave without saving. So now that you enter those expenses and you want to see what the report looks like, we're going to go to the tag. And what we're going to do, if you notice it shows those expenses, you're going to do run the report. And it has this by fuel. Come on. Hold on, let's go back. Total run. Okay. I'm trying to make sure that. Okay, so this is now, the report is now showing. So you see it shows right at top right here, Chevy and this Mazda, and it shows the actual costs for each vehicle. If you had income for this same category, it would show the income at the top, but we're just tracking the expense on each vehicle. So when you pull the report, it's going to give it, that report is going to show you the report, but it's going to have each vehicle. And so it says automobile, it shows the gas, and it also shows the other expenses that you would have incurred for that specific automobile. If there's any question, please feel free to put your question in the chat. Raise your hand. If you're over on in the clubhouse, you can raise your hand, come to the stage. I'll take your question. I'll answer any question you have. If you're in the Facebook group, please feel free to put your question in the chat. I'll be more than happy to answer any question you have. And if you're on YouTube, you can please go ahead and put your question in the chat and I'll answer it. Guys, if that are just joining the clubhouse room, I do this live demonstration, and today we're talking about how to use tags to track certain expense. It's a way for you to go deeper into seeing report for specific things. So I use the example of vehicle because it was so much easier for me. And this is going to be based on what you're looking for in your report. What exactly do you need to see? And that is how you actually create. So I show you how to create a tag. I show you how to actually use the tag in your expenses. It's the same way if you were, let's say that you have books and you want to see how much money you're making from each book. You can go in and create the tag. I'm actually going to do a new tab over here so we can do that. So you can go in and create a tag for each book. Now, the thing about creating a tag for each book, or a tag, any tag at all, you have to remember that you have to, whenever you're entering, you have to make sure that you enter those expense, that tag on those expense. And you can always pull the report. So if you want to see how much book did you sell for book one, how much book did you sell for book two, then you can see that. Now for people who are doing conferences, if you're doing a conference and you want to see all the expense, so you can create a tag. Let's say you're a person that do conference. What do you guys do? Let me see. Okay, we have a tax preparer, business consultant. Okay, credit. I'm just looking to see if tags would work for you. Let's say that you're doing a conference or you're doing a specific project or a specific things where you're getting income and expense from that same project, and you want to see how much money did I make from this particular project. And it's especially for people who are having like conference. That's usually where you're selling tickets and you want to see exactly how much money did I make for this event, or you're having several events for the year and you want to see exactly how much money I make on the event that I had last month, this event. This is one of the things that you can use. And this is where we're grouping the tags together. That would help. So you would create a group and we go to new, we tag, and now we would call this summit number 1. Right? And you would save, and you can name the tags. Actually, this one, the summit number 1, you don't have to do it in a group. You can add this one. We can do it because this is all the expense that you're going to have on your account. And every time you have an expense that relates to the summit, you would add that tag to it. So you don't have to create a tag for it. So every time you have a summit, you can do this. You can just do this as a tag. So instead of doing it as a group tag, you name it summit. Or you can call that summit and then do summit. And you can put the date to it, 10/22. And we put this as a part of the summit group. Save. So you can, if you have different events, that's when you can group it. So let's say you have summit, you have workshop, and you want to see how each of those events, then you can have a group that says summit and a group that is just events, and you have different dates. Now you can run a report on the summit and see what income you made from that and what expense you make from that. And that would help you to look at the report and says, okay, this summit we didn't make enough. We make a loss or we make a profit, but this other summit, this will also help you when you are planning, when you're setting your goals and planning. It gives you a better idea of understanding which of these summits are really making money, which of these events. It could be events, it could be projects, whatever it is. You can go back and look at these to see how much money did I make, what did it cost me for this particular event or this particular project or this particular job. It doesn't matter what it is. You can put a tag to it so you can see, and every expense or income that's relating to that job, you can also tag it so you can see it. And if it was if there was income, it would show the income, and then the expense would show over on this side. And then once you do run report, it's going to, there's nothing on this one. So let's go back and we're going to run this one so you can see. So it would have them in columns. So each tag would be a column. So then you can see exactly what expense you would have incurred or what income you would have incurred on that particular event, that particular project, whatever it is. I hope that was helpful. And if you have any question, please feel free to put your question in the chat in the comment below. If you're in a Facebook group, please put a comment in. I'll be more than happy to answer any question you have. If you're in the clubhouse room, you can put your question in the chat, or you can raise your hand and come to the stage. If you're on YouTube, you can put it in the comment. Guys, if you're over in YouTube, please make sure to like the video, subscribe, turn on your notification, because we do these live video every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Any question, any comment? I'm just going to wait to see if there's any question, any comment. I do this inside of a sample company. So we're inside of a sample company. If you ask a question and we're not able to answer it inside of the sample company, most definitely we would be more than happy to come to do a 15-minute session with you to see how we can best help you. If you have any question for me and you don't want to put the questions in, you can, the link will be below the video on YouTube or on Facebook. You can send me a DM. On Clubhouse, you can put something in the back channel, or you can send me a message on Instagram. I'll be more than happy to answer you. So if there is no question over on YouTube and Facebook, we are going to bid you guys adieu, and we will see you back here next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we will be sharing more inside of QuickBooks. I'm going to probably change it from saying demo, and I'm going to try and come up with a name inside of QuickBooks, whatever. I don't know. All right, guys, over here on Facebook and YouTube, have a great day, and I'll see you guys back here next week at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.